right, we have a YouTube video, guys.
Payment
Video
when you bought the
time.
vehicle of
Get your
$8,000,
popcorn.
or you could do a monthly subscription. Well, now it will only be offered through a monthly subscription. Tesla, Elon Musk announcing that it will be a monthly subscription only for full self-driving technology in its vehicles. It'll start at $99 per month starting on February 14th. All of this raises the question, how many people actually subscribe to Tesla for full self-driving technology or have it actively used in their vehicle, so they actively use it? Tesla doesn't release that data, nor does it release how much it gets from full self-driving subscriptions. But I've talked with analysts over the years. In fact, I checked with one this morning, and he said, look, somewhere in the mid-teens, 12 to 15% has always been the estimate. Might be a little bit higher, might be closer to 17 or 18% of the Tesla vehicles in the United States have active full self-driving. But again, that's a complete estimate because Tesla does not release that. As you take a look at shares of Tesla, keep in mind a couple of things here. The Cybercab, that is going to be front and center this year. Production is expected to begin in fuller volume later this year.
$99 a month. Okay, it's from February 14th because that's Valentine's Day, so that's a nice gift to have. But $99 a month to have your full self-driving available. I don't know what to think about it because I knew it was coming, but now that it's here, I'm not too sure how I feel about your car features becoming a commodity because, I don't know. Heated seats, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, McCullough?
You want me to pay to use my car? That's crazy work. I'm not doing it. I'm sure there is somebody within Tesla HQ that is frustrated enough that they'll have like a little thing on the side where like, okay, you just give me $20 and I'll unlock it for you. I'm sure there is somebody corrupt enough to do that. Positive.
McCullough said the black market for Tesla coming out. Clip that. Okay. I sent you a message on McCullough. Let's check it out. I know, Sonny, what you said it. Nah, it must have some checks and balances are gonna. There's a whole fully digital system, like fully digital system. So if it on, they will know when it on. I think it is 25% justified because here is why. These cars, these electric cars, right? They have very low servicing turnovers. One of the ways that car companies make money is they sell the car at a low margin and they get you to come and service it. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Right. Okay. Right? But the servicing is a big part of their overall amount of money that they're making. If you don't have to come and service your car every 3 months anymore, that's a big chunk of money that you're going to be losing. Big chunk of money. And in order for the automobile industry to continue to make the amount of money that it's currently making, the business model is not to sell more cars. The business model is to keep your customers coming back to you for the servicing of those cars. That's basically how businesses work. Keep the customer, not get new customers. It's easier to keep a customer than to get a new one. So the service industry going to drop down a lot. Because the service industry going to drop down a lot, you got to find ways to carry up that bottom line for that. And the 25% in me says, yeah, these subscriptions might be justified from a business perspective because how else are you going to make the money? your warranty. Right. Okay. Yeah. You sure? You sure it's gonna be a drop in the bucket?
Nah.
No. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay. I hear you. Let me take away the ICE vehicles, internal combustion engine vehicles, and deal with electric only. In the electric ecosystem, there is a hierarchy. Just like the iPhone, you could get the basic iPhone, you could get the iPhone Pro, you could get the thing. When you roll up with your Pro Max, and people see that you have the 3 cameras and you have all them things, there is a level of clout that comes with it. And if you roll up with it now and you tell them, I have an iCloud subscription for 2 gigs and I have Apple Music and I have all of these things, there is a level of being left out that people tend to have. And that is the same thing I think will happen with cars. Because when somebody come and ask you, oh, just turn on your full self-driving, and they be like, I don't have enough money for that. Oh, you're poor. And you have this test and keeping up with the Joneses is a thing. That is how I feel like a lot of people will try to keep up with the Joneses because you want to show that you have not just a Tesla, but you have a Tesla with all the max out subscriptions. And that's a real thing in America, at least for sure. Like, and I don't see a, yeah. Fourteen years, yeah. Yeah. Well, the full self-driving, the before it was like self-driving but lane assist, but the full self-driving only officially came out a year and a half ago. So, and they were basically trying it out, testing it out, going through all the bugs and whatnot, and now that the product reached to maturity, they could sell it for whatever the price is. And it's like Google Drive. When you get 15 gigs and you run out of your 15 gigs, there are some people like me that's like, no, I depend on Google Drive too much. I'm going to pay you the $299 a year or a month or whatever it is now because I want my Google storage. I need my Google Photos. Google Photos is a perfect example of that. You give it for free and then you realize that you had to pay for storage now. And it's like, yeah, I'll pay for it. So that business model to go and translate to cars, and part of me sees no problem with it because for the business to grow and thrive, you need to be able to make up for, because you're saving so much money with electric. Okay, cool. But you still need to run your business and make your money. That's the only part of it I agree with it. Other than that, me personally, I'm not paying for no full self-driving unless the value that I'm getting from that is giving me something that I don't have that I needed before or that I didn't know that I needed. So that the value I get from Google Photos is if my child needs baby pictures for a thing, I just go in Google Photos, put my child name and put baby pictures, and I could get a plethora of them, and then I just send them and we could print them and do whatever the case is. That's the value I get from Google Photos. That's why I'm paying for Google storage. But if I'm paying for full self-driving, yeah. Me predicting nothing. Okay, what feature can they paywall on a car that people will pay for?
to start your car.
No. Okay. Let's be reasonable. What added-on feature can they paywall so that they'll give you a test of it for a year? Okay, so like you said, you use full self-driving as the example, the sample case, right? What added-on feature can they put in a car that would be nice for people to have, and then when they paywall it, people will just be like, oh yeah, I really need that.
Car alarms.
Alarms? Okay, wait to know that's a good one. Like if you have a particular GPS tracking thing that will only be activated on that car, but it works really, really well from a particular console or some kind of thing like that, and your car can be tracked anywhere, and they paywall it, yeah, people will pay for that. That's a good example. Right. Clip that. What else? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, just how to pull at the right heartstrings. If you pull at the right, yeah.
Well, you see, okay. I sure that's illegal. Maybe like just have the front airbags alone and everybody else in the back fin. I'm not in the back. That would seatbelt there for.
Michaela lying. I tell you, you just have to pull the right strings and people will pay the money once you pull the right strings. So I see it possible, and I just hope that it's done in a kind of ethical way, and most of all with some sort of regulation, because the regulations that we had to put on phones and app stores and all them kind of things, the same thing gonna happen for cars, and I see it. I see it coming. So. Yeah, I ain't vexed with it, but I still do like it. But I have to accept that this is what it's going to be. Yeah. I tell you, time to wrap up there. Today's episode, we spoke about FB Marketplace sting operation, whatever we landed on. I hope that the clip that we send out lets people know, don't buy things on FB Marketplace. I'd love to see the comments from the general population about the reasons that you should without doing it in front of a police station. Next one will be TikTok threats at a school. We kind of realize that social media and children, not always the best mix, and the TikTok threats from this account should be taken seriously, but I also see it for what it is. And to pay for Tesla self-driving, where the conversation landed there, that, it's okay, but not okay. That worth it, that you find worth in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Starting a car. Yeah. I got you. All right. Yep. So that's it there. My name is Andre Charles from at Make It Simple TT at Trini Techcast and all kind of other places on the internet, because if you don't try things, then how you'll know if it'll go work? I don't know. Managing all the social media accounts that we have right now is just like wild, but yeah, that's me. So you might see me on different places. And the co-host number 1 is Akeem there. Akeem, tell them where they can find you. Right here. For sure. Hey, somebody tell me how to create the LinkedIn, because they like our content and they think the people on LinkedIn will like it. And I like, yeah.
Don't add me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They don't need to see the podcast on LinkedIn again. I really good.
We used to talk kind of very frank here, like we don't fake, so I'm not too sure. And they was like, yeah, but sometimes you'll talk about things. Long story short, we talk about next time. Yeah, Michaela Noel, diversity hire.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Keller_Noel. You can find me on LinkedIn. I keep it very professional on my LinkedIn. No put a podcast, keep me on LinkedIn, please. Thank you very much. No, I good. I really good.
All right, y'all. Thank you very much for tuning into the podcast. We will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.